So what happened last game that put EG on such a massive lead, right? The mid lane went very well, just because of the matchup. In this game, the matchup isn't anything too crazy. It's Lina versus Mirana. Definitely higher kill threat, I would say, from the Mirana. If she just like hits one of these random kind of stray arrows, catching you out when you're going for a last hit, that can be the deciding factor, as well as the fact that it's Bane and Mirana. So if Fly and Sumail really get rolling, that could be nice for them.
I mean, didn't it really just come down to mid-game team fights for the last game, just fighting around their cooldowns for Aster?
Mean, it did eventually, but like that game should have been over, right? Like, why did the lanes go so bad? Because the lanes went horrendous for Aster. I can't really forget that. It was absolutely terrible. So things that happened was that there were very good pull blocks coming out from EG. They completely stopped any sort of ability to control the lanes from the side of Aster, and it kind of snowballed quickly out of control because of that. So will they get that once again? They're going to be doing this classic Evil Geniuses maneuver where they always put Arteezy in the top lane on Radiant's side. He always plays this off lane. Something they've been doing for like better part of, it almost feels like a year and a half now at this point. I feel like it's like since post TI6, I want to say. Like, I guess it's been that long that they've just always been up to this. I can remember back at like the Montreal LAN, they were doing these kind of plays, right? They hit crit jungling on a Venomancer, and Arteezy's just always playing the off lane. That was how it was. So they feel good about this setup. They've got him paired up with the Bane, one of those better laners. So we'll see if he gets off to as good of a start as the previous match. And then how well can crit play around the S4 too, right? Like, you want a lot of kills on this support Weaver. You want to be a real bully.
Is there any merit to the Enfeeble on Bane these days, or is that just passed up
It's
completely?
pretty dead. The early levels are just terrible.
Yeah. Still scales pretty well, but...
I mean, level 1 used to be one of the best value points like in Dota. Now it's just... It's terrible.
Minus 30 is still... It's something.
Yeah, but it only lasts 8 seconds. It used to last like 20 at level 1.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the durations.
Yeah,
okay. That's fair. Okay, well, mid lane, Lover on the Lina, Sumail on the Priestess of the Moon.
Yep.
Should be a pretty even matchup.
Can he get the deny? No, because they both use spells. Wow. What a time to play in the mid lane.
Yep. Range creep Dota, baby. Up top, Phoenix LC versus the TB Bane. A lot of pressure on this Phoenix already. Always tough for the Phoenix in these first couple levels. Very low armor hero. Did get that ring of protection, but not one that will win these right-click wars.
I do like that, though. I think it's important to start with the ring there. You know, sacrifice a little bit of gold on your other support. It means you have to buy everything, but it's fine.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. And down bottom, we've got the Weaver Underlord combo. I'm putting some pressure on Sylar. Not an easy lane for this Monkey King, though he's going to have some creeps pushing in. Underlord, so annoying in these early levels.
Yeah, they put some vision in here from the side of EG2 to spot, like if Fenrir wants to go over, go for pills or something like that, and try and grab the creep wave around, much like Fly is doing up top. And this is partially why they're able to run Arteezy up there like this. It's because if the lane ever looks sketchy at all, they just pull it back.
So how does the Weaver build in this kind of a situation before the Aghanims? Is it about the Aghanims rush, or are there some stops along the way before you get there?
Usually you want Spirit Vessel. Tends to be the one in this game. I don't really see anyone else building it, so that'll probably be the way to go for crit. I think ideally you want to give quite a bit over to this Weaver too. But even Underlords tend to be a little bit greedy, right? They just play this dead lane the whole time. So there might not be as much space as a usual support Weaver game.
I mean, that's the great thing about Underlord. Once he gets rolling, if he doesn't get completely zoned out, he just spams that Firestorm. Pretty easy farming hero.
Fly again, just taking that pull up top here too. Is crit looks like they're actually going to try and put some damage in here, but the lifesteal, it's a little bit tough. Fly, this is starting to hurt here. Still just pulling right past this Phoenix, but does not have level 2. And he's just dead.
That's it. That's a first blood for Baboka.
Arteezy still grabs the wave, so at least there's that, but definitely needed the second level there. It's because he ditched the wave before when he did the pull, so he's just not getting any of this experience.
Great start for Aster.
Arteezy's still getting like total free farm though, because they're just like pulling this back.
Yeah, it's good for Arteezy, but the LC also, well, not quite free farm. 8-2, but doing all right. How's our mid lane going? Slightly favored for Lover. Double damage is up on Sumail. That 3 denies on the Lina now.
Yeah, if you don't get the kills on the Mirana, then the lane looks a little bit rougher. And no one's rotating to secure that too. So just not many people that can handle the Lina in a pure 1v1 situation, especially when he's getting this pressure on. They both have rune wards, it looks like. Or actually, the dire one doesn't even see the runes. Kind of interesting.
It's a bummer.
Just scouting for potential rotations, it looks like. Looks like they must have thought Bane was going to be bottom. That's a really odd word by those Radiant Ancients. But anyway.
Fly continuing to play aggressive here in the top lane. Throwing right clicks onto Baboka. Did finally get his level 2. Nightmare's available. Just trying to make some space for old Arteezy. Back down bottom, how are things faring? Pretty okay for the Monkey King. Things getting slightly better for Sylar. Level 3 up on the Weaver now.
Yeah, it's kind of what last game looked like too, right? It was pretty calm, not a lot of kills to start off with, and then they just started racking up quickly for EG. It was like 16-0 or something like that. And it felt like Aster just couldn't make any moves. So we'll see if the same thing happens again. We still need that rotation from Fly, and it just feels really unlikely that he's going to end up coming mid for a Nightmare Engine Arrow or something like that. Just too busy trying to handle the waves up top there. So for now, the game just kind of stalls out.
Terrorblade, definitely not the hero you want to leave alone, especially against the Legion Commander. As we talked about in the last game, the overwhelming odds. Very good against TB. Just saw it right there. Arteezy getting low, forced back to the tower.
Yeah, meta's already been used, so he can play a bit more aggressively from XSS. Bottom lane getting low here, but the double balance on Sylar. Can he stay up?
Looks like it. He's going to go for the run.
The bug.
70 HP, and the Firestorm will bring him down. S4 secures the kill, and even Fenrir, he might get finished off also. The bug gives him the vision, and Crit able to commit to find the kill. Meanwhile, up top, though, Fly does get brought down by Baboka.
Those are 5-minute kills, too, though, so they're going to secure both of those bounties in the bottom. And that means they'll go 3 for 1 on the bounties here.
Yep, good stuff for EG. Tip the scales in their favor. Though it is tied up 2-2.
I was wondering why Crit didn't, or why S4 didn't grab one, but Crit has the bottle too, so this lane is going to be really hard to come back into now if they can just keep bottling up here and grabbing that bottom rune as they have a ward now freshly planted from Fly. He's going to stick around, going to spot Lover coming through, but can't get him.
Not quite.
Back he goes.
Bane's just a little too slow.
And there's a ward on the courier now here as well for Lover because they know this Bane's coming through, so they deliver one over. And he'll plant it on the right side. It is just outside that sentry.
Perfect. Wow, pretty close.
So bottom, they have bugs ready once again for Crit. I would just imagine they want to hop on Sylar once more.
Level 2 Firestorm. Some pretty decent damage to Sylar to start things off. No bugs from Crit, but
I like
a couple of love taps.
He's holding it until they know they have a kill threat, too.
It's a long cooldown. 44 seconds at level 1.
Yeah. No chance to get a pull here either. Might have had one, actually, if he's gone for it. But they want to use this siege, so they're going to try and push this wave down and actually get some pressure.
I think Sylar has done a reasonably good job trying to farm through all this pressure. Getting kind of low.
We'll see if they can keep this catapult up or not.
Sylar trying to focus it down. The battle of the siege creep.
And at the same time, they've also popped the meta in the top lane, so double pressure happening here with Baboka a little bit low, but the rotation will be forced to the bottom. That's where Lover's going to come.
And they'll go in onto S4. LSA, Laguna Blade to start things off, and S4 gets destroyed.
In the top lane, that's where Sumail went, so they'll get the kill on the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Advantage Aster, though, when you're trading a core for support, I suppose. But at the same time, more space for Crit is never going to be a bad thing. I'm imagining that you want basically equal farm, honestly. Like, it's fine sacrificing for an Underlord if that's what it means to boost up your Weaver, and then S4 even just comes in and refills the bottle, of course, for Crit. So
definitely feeling that experience difference. The level 5 Weaver compared to the level 3 Ogre, making this lane a little easier for evil geniuses right now.
Yeah, he even runs to the trees there and puts that ward down as Fly and Baboka just...
Oh, there's the arrow.
A little tussle.
5-second stun from Sumail. Easy layup there. That'll be another kill for evil geniuses.
That Lover still survives, though. Very nice for their little mid-game push here. I imagine he's going to start playing around with that Legion Commander soon.
Yeah, Lena having a pretty good start. Number 1 on net worth right now. About 200 up on Sumail's Marana.
And that Laguna comes back just in time as the duel is almost up here for the Legion Commander, too. But Crit will find the room bottom with his bottle. So great start for him.
And it looks like Medallion, potentially Solar Crest, going to be his first choice.
Oh, I like that too. That's a little bit more aggressive. Well, I guess you can go either way with the Urn. I suppose they're both rather aggressive builds, but certainly damage heavy in this case.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Definitely not bad against the Monkey King.
Man, Arteezy's been completely forced to jungle up here, though. He can't even come up to this wave, so some slight problems, because that means Fly is also pushed back, and he's actually going to find himself a Hellbear, so Fly will be very happy with that. He needs the XP desperately. He's just trying to get to level 4.
Now down bottom, rotation from Sumail. There's the Starstorm, and Fenrir will get brought down. Last auto attack from Sumail secures it. Nice rotation, easy kill.
Yeah, and Fly gets the mid lane too. So this is all before Tome. They will probably have both supports at least close to 6. Fly racks up the mid. And a TP, force from the Lina. She has to actually just cancel it, so that's a little bit painful in that regard. And yeah, Crit just wants to keep up that pressure. He wants to force more attention down here if possible.
Let's get stunned up. S4 right there. Level 6 now on the Underlord. Grabs that second point in the Atrophy Aura. Very even laning stage here, Trent. EG with a slight advantage, but so much more even than last game. And now we'll see a freebie mid lane. That's Lover with a Laguna. And Fly will take a tumble. Not ideal for the Bane.
Yeah, yeah, one of the problems we're trying to soak up. Got to make sure you don't just feed away the kill, or it just really ruins everything that you were building on the mid lane. Fly will be able to get the Tome in 10 seconds, so he'll be 6, and then he can smoke over a kill. Crit gets hit there with the Laguna, but he'll be all right.
Or the LSA,
rather. Sorry, the LSA.
So if he had a Laguna, that would have been a kill.
Quite dead. That would be great.
Battle of the Bounties. And it looks like Aster will be able to grab 2, 3 of the 4. Still got one up top here, but actually just enough to tip the scales back in their favor.
They're going to go for the kill here with Sumail up top. XSS seems to be aware of it, though. I mean, they've had a lot of rune vision, so he might know. I'm not sure.
Up still like 15 seconds on this invisibility rune.
I guess in the end, he just knows Flies into the area, so there's always the risk of the arrow. But yeah, S4 still really low down bottom, as you guys can see. A little bit dicey. Has a lot of damage, though, if they end up being able to do like a TP turnaround or something. It is certainly stacking up from the aura.
Lover and Baboka making the rotation down bottom as Crit TP's mid.
So they're kind of trying to force a fight with the egg here. Ideally, they don't even want to have to use the egg. They just want to like take down this tower with the force them here. But similarly in the mid lane, I mean, you're going to lose your mid tower for this.
Yeah, EG are just going to split it up and commit mid. No meta, but they force the glyph straight away. And down bottom, Aster aren't even at the tower yet. Up top, it looks like XXS.
Baboka, he's gone in.
Almost initiated on.
Uses the egg just to help guarantee the kill. Plus, he's already super low.
He's going for S4. Or onto S4, rather.
So they get what they wanted anyway, even though the Lina had to go back mid. So good plays there from Aster. Good distribution of resources.
Get to pressure this tower. Well done by XXS up top, though, continuing to play with that defensive posture.
Yeah, he's just holding. Like, that was a lot of wasted time from Bane and Mirana. That certainly cannot be understated.
Sumail kind of shot the somewhat scouting arrow, hoping to hit the LC, sidestepped it. And made the whole thing pretty easy. Some decent damage on that bottom tier 1. And they do defend the tier 1 mid very easily. 800 HP there.
Oh, I don't like this no Spirit Vessel. I guess he's trying to rush the Ags, and he really wants it, but versus like a Monkey King, that Spirit Vessel feels so good. Versus the Sunray, such a clutch item. It does give them Roche potential, though, with the Medallion, so you know there's trade-offs for sure. And maybe he's hoping someone else can go for it, but they are smoked up here. It is scanned, so good play here from the Radiant. There's no Moonlight Shadow yet, and they do not have the point for it either, so.
Sumail and Fly still pretty far forward. This rotation could actually work for Aster. Smoke's still not broken.
Looks like Fly's going to tank it.
Vigorous dive across. It is a level 6 Bane, but he's just going to get brought down. Laguna Blade, no messing around for Lover. Mirana does make it back.
Yeah, Illusions were just hitting mid from the TV, though. Arteezy keeps up his pressure in the bottom lane. S4 and Crit just holding the tower. But it feels like it's Aster who are connecting on a couple of these kills as of late. Still a little bit of a net worth lead for the Radiant side, but I'm still waiting on this rotation from XXS. Want to see some dual damage done. He has the Blink Dagger gold, so likely about to see that smoke in action here.
So far, this LC has played so well. Great positioning. Only picked up 1 assist, but he's found a lot of farm in his first 13 minutes. Monkey King right now, the one for Aster that needs some recovery. He is going to go for the Battle Fury. At least has it queued up. Ring of Health already secured, but...
Yeah, they only build Battle Fury on this team. It's like all I see from their Monkey Kings.
He's going to get initiated on here. S4 starts things off as the Weaver comes in, but Boundless Strike will break it up, and they force a TP from the Lina.
Up top, there we are, Fiend's Grip.
Legion Commander unlikely to survive this one as the Starstorm connects. Sumail secures a killing spree for himself. Much needed kill on that LC indeed.
And they're going to bring up Arteezy too, out of the TP, so he is the Dragonlance. They have the meta if they want to try and secure this one down. And there's not enough counter pressure in the mid lane or anything to really worry them. S4 still continuing to hold the old dead lane, as our SlamJamma would say. And Arteezy's going to now force that tower up top. Yep. No glyph here. This one is done to the Zo. Crit gets dusted and Yule's up in the air here. Phew! Oh,
wowzers.
My goodness, that level 2 Laguna against that poor Weaver.
So that's the bug zapper right there.
Stat items. This guy has under 700 HP.
Yep, and Laguna does a cool 650, so you hit him with one spell and it's pretty much a guaranteed kill. Sylar lingering in the trees here, does have his perseverance.
S4 is going to try and bail out of here.
The right call, I think. Dark Rift.
He went all the way home, though, and then they just don't even expend anything, so...
I guess it sort of goes both ways. He survives, but we'll have to walk
There is
all
a
the way
nightmare
back.
behind the tower,
Nope,
but they're
TP.
trading it back and forth. There wasn't actually an arrow coming anyway, so it won't be a big deal. But Arteezy finally secures the mid tower, so he's just going objective A to objective B, try and secure the Roche area for EG. And again, that medallion, you really want to take Roche. I feel like that's a big part of getting this medallion early on.
Well, it seems like they're positioning for it. Tier 1 top and mid taken down, so opens up a pathway into that enemy jungle. Great ward coverage for EG as well. A lot of vision into that enemy space.
God, the Boots' Weavers is so painful in its support role. Like, when it's a carry role, it's different, because you're just, like, sitting on waves and stuff all the time. But I'm watching Crit try and, like, rotate from lane to lane, and my God, he's just waddling around at 280. It is very hurtful.
Yep. Down bottom, Aster looking to finish off this Tier 1 tower as XXS cuts the wave. Looks like they'll be able to bring it down. Nobody inbound to mount the defense, though S4 does have his Vanguard incoming.
Oh, nah, nice boundless strike there. Gonna stop any nightmare. Oh,
Arrow.
Sumail tries to
almost
leap in
connects.
play.
Well, you miss all the shots you don't take. If they connected there, probably would have been a kill, but now a duel onto Fly. No way to stop that one. And they will get a kill on the side of Aster as they defend that Tier 2 tower. They did also finish off the Tier 1 down bottom.
I like the no hesitation there. XSS just instantly onto that Bane.
Arcane Rune also bottled up by the Lina. Be a happy Fire Lady.
I can't believe Sumail is still so close to net worth. I feel like he's just been lurking in trees so often. They almost get the kill here up top. Medallion, they get the damage.
Will get brought down. Now down in the bottom lane. They're diving onto S4. He's got the Laguna Blade. This Underlord's in a lot of trouble. Yule's Scepter will prevent the escape. The big boy gets brought down. So 1 for 1 across the map. But advantage for Evil Geniuses as they do bring down that carry.
Yeah, as well as this tower more than likely. But XSS, he's scared by the ward. So that's why you see Crit playing so defensively. He's going to put the medallion onto Sumail. He's worried about a potential jump there.
Lover nearby, and there it is. He does get off one leap, but it's right into the LSA, and they will get this kill onto the Mirana.
Good God, that was greedy.
Yeah.
My God.
And the deny on the tower. Nicely done by Lover. It's a twofold victory there, Trent.
I mean, you saw what Sumail was doing, right? Like, he had his finger on leap. He's so ready. He's like, yeah, I know this is coming. I know what's happening. I'm going to force this guy to try and blink on top of me. And he still gets caught.
Yeah.
Like, they had the vision. The Weaver played back. They put the medallion on him.
They knew. BKB not far away for this Lina. Yule's straight into magic immunity. Really a sign that she wants to fight. Not going for the greedier Bloodstone build here. And the upgraded Spirit Vessel about to be there for Phoenix. A little more farming to do for that Vitality booster, but not far away.
Yeah, with the GPM talent, it shouldn't take all too long. Crit seems to have tempered himself. You're going to pick up a Solar Crest instead. So the evasion, very helpful for sure, especially up against the duels. It's a little bit of a save mechanic.
Yeah, but like you said, it's all about that Aghanims.
It's so expensive though. Like, and I think he knows. He's not snowballing. This guy bought a super early medallion and he has 1 kill. That is not enough when you go this build. Like, you want like 4 or 5 kills or something at this point.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant scan. Just, I can't believe that didn't hit Sylar. He's like walking through it.
Right on the edge.
And that's a smoked ban. Okay, they're gonna see the jump down. So now they can hop onto Sylar.
Yep, S4.
They're gonna need an arrow though. I don't think they can Nightmare first.
Level 3 Pit of Malice, but No follow-up.
And they're going to counter-rotate. Seeing a couple heroes down bottom. They know this
smoke
guy's all alone, but Crit should realize this is coming.
Not the easiest hero to catch, but Legion Commander, a great one for it. They've got the dust as the Moonlight Shadow comes out. Crit trying to make it into the trees. XXS
oh, nice time lapse.
Almost grabs him, but Crit just a little too sneaky. Meanwhile, down bottom, Sylar does finally get caught, and they will get the kill on the Monkey King. So EG got to be happy with that.
Oh, Fenrir cannot get that Gurr. He's just an ogre. I saw him hungry for it. But he's going to try and wrap around on this Weaver. And again, Crit. He seems to escape here. A lot of wasted time for these heroes up top, costing the Monkey King his life.
Yep, some serious space creation. The bottom tier 1 does get finished off. TP in from Baboka.
This looks good, though. He can find a nice egg. Oh, they're TP and they want this. And EG wisely making
Dark
the
Rift.
retreat. Oh,
Power
guys,
the
come with me.
Underlord.
Sumail, where are you going? He doesn't want to come.
He's
to
going back to farm, baby.
Yeah, they want to go kill top, though. But they've left some wards here, so they're going to be able to scout a lot of these rotations. They even TP fly. They have a smoke. So they're just going without Sumail. But the smoke was spotted, it looked like. And yeah.
Where are they going? Looks like it's a Roche play. Nope, just checking the pit.
Oh, sorry, those are Dire Sentries. My bad, they don't have an observer.
Will EG be able to find the target they want, though? Sylar farming nearby, and he's going to walk right into it. The Monkey King not going to be able to survive that one. Good rotation from Evil Geniuses. Crimson Guard now secured on the Underlord, and they will walk right into the pit. Also, just as bounty runes come out. And it looks like EG will get all 4 bounty runes.
20 minutes in. Oh, no, Aster got it. What are you talking about?
Oh, that damn bottle. The bottle, then use. That's on me. Sorry there, Trent. But they do secure the road.
Yes, the Solar Crest finally pays off.
Absolutely.
Of course, they probably didn't need it because they have a TB, but that's all right.
Aegis on the TB, though, and his BKB on the horizon. So some core items around the corner for EG. 4K net worth lead as well.
This just runs into Fenrir, but not much they can do. And yeah, you can see it's starting to creep up a little bit there for EG. Now, of course, last game they had a much larger lead, and it didn't end all too well for the Geniuses. Got a couple dunce caps in that one, I'd have to say. But this time, we'll see if they can close out some objectives, perhaps a little bit earlier. The Vision game was a real problem last time, and once again, they're up against both of these GPM supports. This Ogre has brown boots, right, at 21 minutes. And then once he actually has the GPM down, it'll just get better from there, right?
Yeah.
So
Still have to get level 10. Definitely kicked in for the Phoenix, though.
Oh, he blinks into Sumail. I don't know if he... Oh, he knew he was back there. Wow, what a ward.
Arrow connects on the Phoenix. They will find the duel onto Fly. Is the follow-up going to be there in time? He does get the bonus damage. Close call.
6-0-1. All right. So start of this series, all I could think about was, who's this guy? You know? How's this Love You, Love Me FTD guy going to do up on the main stage? You know, he's been playing on teams for a while, sure, but he's never made it to this caliber, right? Like majors and everything like that. Not really the forte for the Dream in the past couple of years, but he's been doing great today. Like, 6-0-1, he's looking solid.
Oh, it's been a great showing. Game 1 as well. Very impressive performance.
But Arteezy is putting the pressure on the bottom lane. He's a 10-second BKB, mentioned, and that's going to be enough to dissuade the side of Aster from making their way on over. They're just going to farm up a couple items for themselves, looking towards BKB for XXS. What else? What turns this game here?
I'm a little worried about this Monkey King right now. Sylar is just now picking up the Battle Fury, has the gold for it, so he will start to recover, but it's been a little bit of a rough kind of early mid-game for him. Lowest on the net worth of the cores.
0-4-4.
Not where the Monkey King wants to be.
A lot for sure. And he's been sent to the bad lane, but
well, that's what happens when you go for the Battle Fury. You are the target because you're the weak one. Fenrir now gets initiated on, but LC jumps in, catches a nice duel on the Weaver, and it's just enough damage to finish him off. Supernova as well, deployed on the side, trying to chase down Sylar. This Monkey King will actually get brought down. Double kill for Arteezy.
Poor Sylar, man.
Oh, he couldn't even buy the Battle Fury before. Oh, man. Still has the gold, but it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, certainly would have lost too much, one would imagine.
Now EG going to get a freebie in the mid, that tier 2 tower. Get brought down by the Metamorphosis Terrorblade. Still has the Aegis in tow, by the way.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
11-12, but a nice lead for EG. all of the outer towers down for Aster, and they've only killed one themselves, so EG are just controlling this map right now.
Yeah, it feels like Aster maybe just had to be a bit more aggressive with the Legion and the Lena. Didn't feel like they were able to get like the hunts that they really wanted to. Sure, this guy's 6-0-1, but it feels like he had to do a lot this game to get themselves kind of like this mid-game lead.
Sheeva's guard up next on the Lena.
Very good item against the Terrorblade. A lot of vision in these fights too.
Moonlight Shadow, they jump in onto XXS, and he gets obliterated. Now they move in onto the Ogre. Fenrir trying to make it away, does get up to the high ground. But a great pick from EG. Good use of that Moonlight Shadow. More damage onto S4. It's also getting into pipe territory if that's what he wants. And there it is. He'll queue it up right now.
EG just playing far more aggressive this game. You know, they're actually playing on the enemy side of the map and bullying a little bit when they have that Aegis and an advantage going here. So
it almost felt like last game the early lead EG picked up worked against them, where they got maybe too confident, resting on their laurels because they had such a massive lead.
For sure.
You know, I think sometimes in games where it's a little bit more even, you have that extra pressure to say, hey, we need to find an advantage. We need to give ourselves one compared to, hey, we've already got the advantage. Let's just farm through it.
Man, we're still just like holding BKB here for Sumail, right? And it's still 9 seconds for Arteezy, so feeling quite confident, I would say.
Do you think Monkey King is regretting this Battle Fury? I know it's kind of their signature thing.
I have looked at so many of their games, and maybe I missed one, but I don't know if I've ever seen him not build Battle Fury.
Yeah.
It feels like that's just the way to, obviously, like, Bobica is not going to do it if it's like support, but I mean, in terms of the core Monkey King, that just seems to be the way that they feel like the hero is better. They don't like the Echo Saver and the Shadow Blade or anything.
Just seems so slow. Like you can play around it, especially against a Terrorblade. Like Arteezy puts so much pressure on when that Monkey King is.
He's trying to be an answer to the TB in terms of like if this game goes late.
That's true for sure. Need to get there though. They missed the dual initiation.
No
now the egg comes out. This is a pretty chaotic fight. Now the Wukong's command flies. They'll lose XXS first, but a big supernova stunning most of EG. Can they actually find these kills? The Terrorblade getting low for the Laguna, and they've got the damage.
Oh, no Sunder.
Aster actually holding on to this team fight. They did use a buyback onto XXS, and now they might be able to grab S4, sidesteps the arrow, but it actually does connect onto the Phoenix.
Wow, Arteezy unable to get that Sunder off. Hard to believe. Like it felt like S4 was just buying so much time with all of those auras. I thought they were going to win that fight.
Yeah.
Like, look at the damage done from Aster to only get a single kill. You're looking at 8.2k. But likewise, I mean, all this damage turned out, they only kill the LC.
It was all spread, though, right? You look at the damage. It's the Monkey King, a lot of it from the Wukong's command. Of course, the Supernova went off, doing a fair bit of damage there. But hard to get it concentrated.
The buyback will still put EG further ahead, though. But it just means some time where TB's off the map. Maybe they can try and close the gap between the Lena and him.
That was a pretty scary team fight, though, in the sense that it was relatively even, and I would have expected EG to just kind of roll them in that kind of a scenario, especially after the way it started. Fenrir will walk into the enemies and get taken out. Another freebie for EG.
Yeah, as Crit starts to close in on the old Aghanim Scepter, too. As well as that Pipe for S4 that you're pointing out before. So they're going to be quite a bit stronger in a bit here. I mean, the Ags just changes everything, right?
It's like 1,300 off. That's so scary.
Agsing TB it's just another Sunder.
Yeah.
And it's a much easier to execute one that doesn't require enemy heroes.
Yeah. 16-second cooldown as well once it's upgraded. Good old time lapse. So BKB going to be coming out for LC. And Shiva's now queued up on the Phoenix. Are they going double Shivas? Oh, it actually looks like they are. Both Lena and Phoenix.
That feels like a bit of a miscommunication. I mean, it's fine. It's not a big deal because Bobica's just going to, like, it's really good for the eggs. You guarantee the aura. The fights have been very split anyway, so maybe it'll just be...
I mean, they both really need armor. I think that might be part of the decision.
Yep,
a lot of physical damage. That medallion, or Solar Crest, I guess, is pretty painful if you don't have any kind of armor item.
It's definitely not a big deal. It's completely fine. There's not really any better items for the Phoenix either, to be honest.
Ooh, Moonlight Shadow. They're going to look for this initiation onto Aster. Arteezy in the front lines, doing a fair bit of damage as he pops the BKB. Lena uses hers, but there's a Fiend's Grip there. She'll be the first casualty of the fight. The rest of Aster just desperately trying to make it back to the high ground. Sumail wants to finish off Baboka. Can't quite find it, though. Great fight for EG, and now they're going to start poking at this high ground. No buyback available on the Lina. This will be a 4v5 for the next 50 seconds. Big opportunity for EG to do some damage.
Yeah, this is definitely a tier 3. There's no way they should be able to hold this. Maybe they can try and drive them back with kind of a desperation egg. Yeah, Boca looks like he's kind of prepping for it, honestly, but they don't have enough AoE to cover it without the Lina.
Glyph's already been used. Still 30 seconds on the Lina. Here's the initiation, though. LC jumps in onto the Terror Blade. He'll take a lot of damage. The Wukong's command comes out. The egg will go off, but the rest of Aster have been completely obliterated.
They're crazy.
And that's going to be it. It's the GG. That was their all-in, and they did not make it work.
That's pretty rare to see a GG that early when you're just losing your first set of racks. I mean, they probably would have lost both anyway, so it's understandable once all those heroes go down, but not waiting for the buyback on the Lina to take the fight. I guess she just didn't have it, so
yeah,
they couldn't wait for the respawn.
Wow.
And it just kind of ends on a flash, but
much different than game number 1. Probably more in line with what we would have expected game 1 to go. Relatively even lanes, then EG is just able to min-max their way through the mid-game.
Difference is that game, Sylar never caught back up. So, and much harder to have an impact on those fights too, especially as a Monkey King compared to a Chronosphere. Big difference, right?
Yeah.
Before the guy even had a damage item, he could still help out in a lot of those engagements and try and bring Aster back from the brink. And EG just looked like they were playing with way more purpose this game. Just go, go, go. Felt like they were, maybe in form, trying to get some direction for the team.
I feel like the Underlord was also a really good choice for S4 that game. So we talked about having a big beefy front line or the initiation with the Pit of Malice. You don't really feel it that much, but the Atrophy Aura. Initiation. Well, you know.
The auras. The auras were the big deal for sure. That's definitely the big.
It's just another form of catch is what I mean. They had a lot of ways to start those fights. You've got arrows, you've got nightmares, you've got Fiend's Grip, you've got pits. A lot of sticky things to get caught in and start those team fights off. Not the way you want if you're Aster.
I just like giving you a hard time. What can I say? Sorry.
Sticky Pit of Malice, dude. Watch out. So we got a couple highlights here to take a look at. This is one of the later teams.
That's where we close it out. That's Lina dead.
Yeah,
that's
this is it. This is the final fight.
This is all you had to watch, ladies and gentlemen. The game's over.
It's one of those moments where you can't really blame the Lina for not pulling for buyback at 28 minutes or whatever it is, but that was actually the game changer. If she had a buyback here.
Well, against TB.
Yeah.
You kind of can.
Well, sort of.
I'm going to allow it.
You think so?
Yeah, I think you can harp on that one.
All right.
But, yeah, they just had no answer here. They're like, these guys are very beefy. They have all these auras. There's a DD. Like, how do you initiate on this TB here? They try and go for desperation play. And
just look at the positioning from EG, though. They're so spread out. They're a little fearful of if Lina does have this buyback.
That pit actually, like, completely ended them.
Yep.
You were right.
There you go. The initiation, Trent. The initiation. Wow. Great game from EG, though. Showing some composure themselves after that brutal first match to come back, hold it together, and come out strong.
Just never really found, like, the